Hello, everybody. Oh, wait, here we go. It's karaoke. Hold on. Living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. I'm going to save you all from the rest of that song. I know you know how it goes. Hi, it's Bree. For those of you who don't know me, Bree from Just Breizy. For those of you who do, same gig, just a different platform. Because, well, some people have asked why. Why did you go from Facebook to YouTube? Well, the short answer is it's better for my channel if I go live from here. So we're going to try it out and see. Naomi from Wales, how are you, dear? And Michael, hey, Nay. So it's a little different for me, but we're going to see how it goes. And if it works, fantastic. And if not, then Facebook Just Breizy will come back. And that's how it will go. But how is everybody doing today? I love starting my lives with a little check-in, especially now. I'm so sorry. Hold on. This door needs to be closed. I know this sounds weird, but that freaks me out. Not that anybody's in there, but who wants to see a door open like that? I feel like somebody's like listening. Hello, Edward Smart. How are you? Oh, you know what? I think I like this. It's a bigger screen. I'm sorry. Again, it's like my second time going live from YouTube, so I'm trying to get acclimated. Hello, Lisa. As always, you know I like to start off with music. Now, the only thing is with YouTube is that as soon as you start playing a song that resembles a song, they give a big old strike to you. So I had to go to karaoke. So that's what that was. That was me singing out Journey. I'm sorry. I ruined that song for everybody. But oh, hello, Paul Parker. I like that emoji. I'm glad Paul Parker is here. I would like to start my live with a shout out to Paul and Jackie Parker. I have to say my friends are better than all of yours. Do you know why? Do you see this very classy wine glass? It is filled with the drink of the gods. I was talking to my friends via text and saying, like, I need wine and I don't keep wine in the house. I know that's like bananas. Tyler, hello, Tyler, but I don't keep wine in the house usually. And my friend sends me a text and she's all like selfie with a big old goblet of wine. And I'm like, oh, and I was leaving, going on my mental health drive that I do every evening. And she's all like, we have curbside delivery. You come here and it will be curbside. They actually put on their stoop for me, an entire bottle. Now, granted, it's a bottle they don't like, but it happens to be one of my faves. So score. But yeah, I left mental health drive, came home with a bottle of wine. So now I drink wine out of a mason jar. I know that's not really classy. I put ice in it and a bendy straw. I feel like the Parkers right now are like, because I feel like they're wine connoisseurs. They do the whole like smelling and breathing and bouquet. I don't know all that stuff, but thank you guys so much because honestly, that tastes amazing. Lisa says, I went to the stores today and almost had a panic attack because people were too close in the store and I couldn't stand it. I know. You know what? I have to tell you, Lisa, I have been out in the stores probably once or twice a week to get, food and all that stuff. And I am very aware of how close people are to me. And I feel the same way. Like if I start to feel like somebody is 5.5 feet versus 6 feet, I literally stand there and I'm like, if I were to lay down on the floor, now I'm 5'3" on a good day. Are they 6 feet? No, I'm thinking they're like 4 feet. And it stresses me out because right away I'm like, if they sneeze, it's going to look like one of those things that they have on social media that shows the spray that now says it doesn't even matter if we're 6 feet because it goes like 18 feet. I can't. So I just stand there with my mask and I'm like, don't come near me like a crazy woman. Tyler says, hello. Some guy on Long Island, you finally found the chat box. Yes, and I'm usually on Facebook Live, so this is a little new to me. It's true, white wine sucks. Paul Parker, that just hurt my heart because this is getting me through this evening. Doesn't suck. Shut your face. You know what would be so good with this? Dark chocolate. It's like a dessert wine. It's really sweet, but I get sick. Anybody else get sick with red wine? Without a doubt, anytime I drink red wine, I get pains. It's bizarre. I get pains like here. Excuse me. Here come the wine burps, but I heard it has something to do with nitrates. Could be wrong, could be making that up, but that's what I heard. Naomi says, I'm loving the cat ears. I probably should have addressed the cat ears. So you guys know that I like to throw on a good hat once in a while. But I just felt like leaving my ponytail on, and I kind of felt like it's like my first at night live on YouTube. I needed to spruce it up, and this is me sprucing it up. I took my 8-year-old's cat ears and wore them. But thank you. But they're like sparkly and fabulous. So I'm kind of loving them too. La la la. Let's see. Oh, I have to figure out how to control this. What did Mike say? Paul Parker, your face must be shit. What? Some guy on Long Island says, I can't drink alcohol. I have to go through this sober. Well, you know what? Let me just tell you, I give you, and I mean this, I give you all the credit in the world. I am not a big drinker by any means, like all joking aside. I probably, if I drank this entire thing during this, my face would be really red and I would be up doing moves that in my head are like Fly Girl, in living color level moves, and I would be a hot mess. I have no tolerance. So like once in a while I will indulge, but I do know many people that, my husband for one, it's a choice. He doesn't drink, where I'm just like, but I know a lot of people that are going through this sober for one reason or another, and some that aren't. but I hope you have something that's a good outlet for you. You know, something else, because alcohol shouldn't be somebody's only outlet anyway. Absolutely not. Lisa says, who gave the dog a haircut? It looks good. Well, thank you. His groomer did. So Walter's groomer, our dog's groomer, is part of a pet store. So they're still open. And I was really on the fence about bringing him in there because I'm like, it's not really essential. However, I seem to suck at being a dog mom sometimes, and I wasn't brushing him properly. And he wound up getting like that matting really close to his skin. And I can tell that like when I would pet him, it was super sensitive, and he was like getting agitated and aggravated, and it seemed like it hurt him. So I went in there all masked and gloved up, handed over my pooch, and I got back. I'm not quite sure if it's our dog. He looks like a meerkat. He looks like a different breed, but it says Walter, so I'm gonna say he's ours. Ed says he doesn't drink either, and well, that's good, because you know what the other flip side of it is that some people are drinking in a healthy, responsible way, and I think some people are just going whoosh, like right off the rails in the tracks of it. So people really have to be careful, especially during this time with things like that. So, and Michael says, all good, Nay, get some sleep. Oh, Naomi's leaving? I'm going to speak tomorrow. Can't stay. That's okay. Naomi is my friend from Wales. My friend. I met her last week via social media, but we connected and bonded. Thank you, Naomi, for checking in, because it is like 2:00 or something like that where she is. AM. So you get some sleep. But yeah, today, let me just get I would like a sip. Today, when I left to go on my mental health drive and to pick up my wine, we have a dairy barn or dairy farm down the block, and I went to get some coffee. And when I picked up my coffee, the guy there says, oh, would you like your peanut M&Ms or your Chipwich? And that's when I realized, like, what am I doing? The guy asked me which of my two I would like. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a human being this evening, and I'm not going to sit here and eat a Chipwich or an entire package of peanut M&Ms. But thank you for knowing my order. And I felt ashamed. I'm like, I'm just going to take my coffee and then go pick up my bottle of wine at my friend's. But that's when I was like, okay, I need to get the eating habits under control. I don't know if anybody, I do know everybody else. A lot of people are struggling with that. Oh, wait a minute. What did I miss? Pepsi and chips. I'm not a soda drinker. I have, oh, my feet are falling asleep. I'm sorry. I have recently discovered different flavored seltzers, which I am really enjoying because it has that bubbly fizz of like soda, but not all the sugar. Vanilla orange, black cherry. Oh, so good. Um, Michael says, you're a crazy woman. Not in the ways you would hope, I'm sure. But yes, I am a little crazy. Tyler says, I could definitely use a chipwich right now. Dude, you don't even know. Go to Dairy Barn. You don't even have to buy a box. They have them in single packs, which has just been terrible for me because I'm like, oh, and then I have to discard of the evidence because God forbid I leave a chipwich wrapper in my cup holder. The kids will sniff that out from like the second floor of the house, bust open the door of my car and be like a drug dog and find that. Holy moly, Joe Marzo. So great to see you, Bree. I'm rocking a bottle of wine too. Yes, I'm working out like 2 hours a day to make up for no steps. Joe, it's so good to see you. Usually I'm live over on Facebook on my Just Breezy page, but I decided to try this platform instead and see if I could hit some other people that I normally wouldn't. And I'm so happy that you are here. I go live and it's usually nonsense, but I like to check in with people to see how they're doing during this and share some of my antics during the day because I'm sure my antics that happen are very similar to all of you all. Joe Marzo is somebody that used to work with me and I used to work with him. And he's one of those people, guys, you know, when you have those people that truly make your day just a little bit better because they exist, that is Joe Marzo, like one of the nicest people. You have people you work with that, they're like, Joe Marzo is not that person. So, Joe, slow clap from the back just because you exist. You're a good human being. Dad, I was so worried you weren't going to find me over here, Dad. I'm so happy you're here. And Joe says this is exactly what we need. Yes. And you know what? I have to tell you, I always say it really helps me out, like after a long, long day to just come on here and let loose a little bit and socialize a little. It's a weird way of socializing, but it's socializing. That's you too, Bree, no doubt. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. But yeah, I decided tonight that, well, I made a declaration of this the other day on a live saying I'm not buying peanut M&Ms anymore. And then I think the very next day I bought a pack. So I decided tonight I am not going to buy chipwiches and peanut M&Ms for like the rest of this week. And then we're going to reassess next week because I don't want to, I want to be realistic here. Just benchmarks that I can reach. Ed Smart says, I love my Lay's barbecue potato chips. Barbecue potato chips are so good, and ranch Doritos. And I feel like a disgusting child when I eat them because my kids will eat things like that. And I'm like, do not put your fingers in your mouth. Do not lick your fingers. Go and wash them. But if I eat it, I'm like, like an animal. I'm just such a hypocrite. It's not even, it's sad how much of a hypocrite I am. Mike says, how come I don't fully believe that? Fully believe what? Oh, that I'm not going to eat peanut M&Ms. Oh, I know. I don't fully believe it either. I really need to own that statement, though. I truly need to own that statement. If anybody saw my post, one of my posts on Facebook today, our son decided to cut his hair. And I know that a lot of kids do this. I did this to myself like last year. And he decided at some point in the morning, I don't know exactly. Hello, Ernie. Ernie Hatmaker. That's a fantastic name. I love that name. He decided today, my son who's 5, our son who's 5, that he was going to cut his hair. And I don't know exactly when this happened because he woke up with his hairdo that we could like spike. And then at one point he came over and he was talking to me. And you know, Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey, how he had like the bowl cut with like the bangs shellacked to his forehead. I think that was Dumb and Dumber. He came over and it kind of looked like that, but like with the middle part just like up. And I looked at him and I'm like, so you cut your hair, huh? He's like, no, I didn't. Like right right in my eye without even like blinking or any look of doubt on his face. And I'm like, no, no, buddy, you definitely cut your hair. Like, I see it. You cut your hair. I don't know what you're talking about, mom. I didn't cut my hair. I'm like, you have hair physically moving, like missing from your hairline. It's gone. That was there about 20 minutes ago. So what happened? And he stuck to this story that he did not cut his hair. So then I was like, well, did your sister cut your hair? And Riley's like, I did nothing. Okay, okay. So I said, it is scary how good this child is going to be at poker. Terrifying how good he's going to be. So many hours passed, and a few times during the day, I had said, you remember what mommy says that if you tell me the truth, you might get in a little bit of trouble with something. But if you lie and I find out, watch out, buddy, because game changer and the day is over. It's like, I have nothing to say. So later, we go to pick up Walter, and I kept the kids in the car. The windows cracked open a little bit, car locked. I could see them. I was all garbed up to get my dog, and I get my dog, and I come back, and he has his haircut. So I hear Riley saying to Frankie, I think you should tell mom. And I knew what she was talking about. And he's just like, no, I'm not going to. And she's like, no, because she's like, she has that conscience that he does. Conscience? I don't think I'm saying that right. And he's like, I'm not going to do it. She goes, buddy, I'll hold your hand, count to 5, and just tell her. So I hear them counting in the back, and he's like, Bob. I'm like, what, buddy? I have something to tell you. I'm like, I'm sure you do. What's up? I think you're right. I think I cut my hair. You think I'm right? I said, I know I'm right. You cut your hair. He's like, no, I'm joking. I went to Mr. Tyler's salon. Tyler, I don't know if you're still here, but my son idolizes Mr. Tyler from karate. He's like, I went to Mr. Tyler's salon and they cut it. I'm like, really? Because you haven't been there in a month. And actually, the government shut them down. So stop. And I was literally like, I'm like, just stop the nonsense. And he finally fessed up that he took the yellow pair of scissors and cut his hair. And then was devastated that he was in timeout. And I was deemed, what was I? The most terrible mommy in existence. Tyler, yeah, too funny. He's Mr. Tyler is the best. Who wouldn't idolize him? Okay, Mr. Tyler is another one of these awesome human beings who has like, it's like perfect hair. Tyler, I'm sure you would love to hear that because I know you take pride in your hair, but this guy has like perfect freaking hair. When I first met him, he had like he was constantly flipping it. I don't mean to put you on the spot now. Constantly flipping it. And then he went through these different phases of like gel and it was sculpted and it's just perfect hair. So all the kids at karate idolize Tyler. And if Tyler changes his hairdo, all the kids that are like from 8 to 14 come in and have like the Tyler look. So it's pretty damn funny. But then the haircut was followed by, and babe, I didn't tell you this. He says to me, Mommy, I was watching a TikTok today. And that statement made me want to throw up because I'm like, you don't watch TikTok. No, remember when I had your phone, I was watching YouTube, I was watching TikTok. And he's like, and I tried one of the TikToks. And I'm like, what did you try? And he's like, there was one about melting crayons on a radiator. And I'm like, what? You did this? Where did you do this? Down in the basement. I'm like, bud. So I come down here and I'm looking for evidence of this. And I'm like, and I was just like, you could burn our house down. And I kid you not, Michael, we're calling a therapist. I kid you not. He was like, really? Like, oh, instead of being in total fear that he could burn the house down, part of that was exciting to him. So right now I'm thinking, we're just going to find a therapist with a big ass couch and just reserve spots for all of us in this family because we can all use it. But the fact that it just scared me a little bit, guys. I know we're in trouble. I know. It's like he thinks if he does that, then the fire department will come and then he'll get to see all of these awesome firefighters with their hoses out and he'll join in on like the party. Like, we're just, we're screwed. We're screwed. I need to like calm down. My cheeks are getting red. Oh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Tyler's about to say the same thing. Yeah. My son thinks he lives in like X-Men world. I don't even know what I'm saying. X-Men. I know there's no firefighters in X-Men, but like superheroes and like all these things could come to life if he just melts a crayon on the radiator and things go up in a blaze. He's just bananas. Haha, right, bud. We're screwed. We're totally screwed. We're effed. And then our family, I'm sorry. I just keep speaking. I have no filter and it's just like, you guys feel free to tell me about your day and I would love to hear it. But sometimes because I'm with them all day long, like many of you are with your children all day long, sometimes my husband might come home and we don't get the opportunity to sit and just chat. So you guys become my second spouse and I'm like, here's the day. Take it and listen, please. But what was I going to say? Okay. So there's this show called Fam Jam. It's like on the Disney channels and stuff. And it is families can audition and families come up with like a dance routine and costumes. And Riley fully has it in her mind that we are not only going to audition, but we're going to be on the show and we're going to take home like the golden trophy. So every single day, there's a dance competition in the living room and there's like rounds and finalists and I have to judge and then I'm performing and she critiques me and my confidence about life just like crumbles because she rips me apart because I have no rhythm at all and she's like embarrassed and she told me today that I'm off the Fam Jam team, like not to be insulted but there needs to be a replacement. And part of me wanted to be like, fuck you. Like, if we're auditioning, of course I'm going to be on that team. And I got kicked off. It's okay. Joe says, I'm Sicilian. Used to everyone saying everything on their mind. Okay. That is me. That is I. I am absolutely like, whoosh, the filter comes off and it's just like, Lisa said, did the group homes like the supplies? Lisa, I have not brought them yet. I'm waiting probably for another, maybe next week to do a round to the two group homes. Lisa is referring to, we're doing a collection of donations for two of the group homes that are local to us. And one was looking for like crafts and supplies of things that they can do to keep busy. And the other was looking for sort of like cleaning supplies and baby wipes. And they're getting supplies from their organizations, but it's never enough. When you have a house of like 6 to 8 adults with differing abilities and differing needs, those supplies go through like that. So they're just looking for donations. So I'm collecting them. If anybody has, I would like to bring, I can pick up at your step. You could drop off on mine. I have a bin on the stoop that people just put it in. But Lisa, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Some guy on Long Island. I'm totally fine with my own lack of talent. See, here's the thing. If you have lack of talent in one area and you can own that, that in and of itself is a talent. Like I think the fact that I can't dance, but I know it and I own it, that right there is a talent. Like I have no problem getting up in front of the people and just letting them know that like it's entertainment. I pull out moves that like the Running Man, the Cabbage Patch, the shopping cart. You know, I'm like, oh, nope, you expired, put it on the shelf, or this is lovely, and I put it in the cart. Like I go for it because I just love music and I love to like, but this is what always happens. If my hands come up, I wind up chopping in the air. When I see it on video, I'm a little like, oh, it's a little distressing. But when I'm in it, I always say I feel like a fly girl. Like I feel like I'm winning at life. Yes, Joe. Yes. So my husband, Joe, not my husband, Joe, but I'm saying my husband, Joe, he is a huge Seinfeld fan. Mike is a huge Seinfeld fan. So that is exactly who I am like when I dance. And that's who I think of. And I'm just like, either I'm going to sit and let everybody else enjoy the music, or I'm just going to live my life. And that's, I live my life. You love those moves. The supermarket cart move is great. Mike owns, like he needs to trademark or copyright. I don't know which one goes for which, but the robot, my husband Mike can do the robot like nobody's business. Like no one can touch his robot moves. I am telling you. Loretta. Hello, Loretta. Let it go, girl. Let it go. I was at right about maybe like a week or two before all of this crazy bananas stuff happened. I was at a get together with some friends for another coworker who had flown the coop and was leaving. And we all got together and we were playing music. Oh, my foot fell asleep. And some of those friends know. They know that if you get the right song on, I'm like one of those dancing flowers that just moves. And they know for me, it's usually 80s or old school hip hop. Like, don't even get me started with like Rapper's Delight. I feel as though I own and like have written that song, and I will perform that song like my life depends on it. And what's so funny, and I wish some of my friends, I wish some of them were on here right now to attest to this, but I have a group of friends, and I want to say this as sensitively as I can, but like they'll even agree. They are they happen to be black. They happen to be black. And they will say to me that I've earned my black card, and I would never, they say this to me. So it's okay that I'm saying this because I try my hardest, but I dance so much like a white girl that it's painful, but they're giving me my card because they feel like I really try. And I had some of my friends that are a little bit more well endowed in the backside, trying to teach me how to, maybe it was to twerk or just, oh no, they were saying to like back it up. And I didn't know what body part. I knew it was like your butt is supposed to come, but I didn't know what body part to really move to get into that type of movement. And it was, things went wrong. But what I loved is that everyone was hysterically laughing. And that just kind of fuels my fire, because then I see people are laughing and having a good time. And I'm like, well, I got to keep doing this. And it was so much fun. And then like the next week, like planet Earth shut down and that was it. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Joe Marzo says, I have to run. Bye, Aubrey. Thanks for this break in the madness. Joe, thank you so much for coming on, and I hope to see you again. But yes, have a good night. Detail Television. Hi, Breizy from California. Hello. I am recognizing that name from some of the comments on my video. So hi. I don't know if I know you because I know people from California. If I know you, let me know. But hi, welcome. Thank you for joining the craziness. Mike says, haha, buddy, it's nowhere near as good as Brie. It's nowhere near as good as Brie is promising. What? Oh, the robot? Mm-hmm. Take care, Joe. No, I don't. Okay. Well, hi, new friend. It's nice for you to be here. How are you doing? I like to check in with people, even if I don't know you. How are you doing with all of this craziness, with quarantine and with, like I said, planet Earth being shut down at the moment? Wine through a bendy straw. It tastes amazing, actually. It just does. You're a nurse. You're a frontliner. Everybody, please join me. Seriously. Thank you. Dodging the COVID-19. Thank you for everything that you are doing. I have to tell you, yesterday, my family and I and some people from the neighborhood, we went to a local hospital here, and we set up shop. It was across the street in a big empty parking lot. And we had our cars, the backs of the cars turned towards the hospital. And we were there for the changing of shifts. And so we saw a bunch of nurses and doctors coming out and going in. And we were honking and had signs and yelling. And one by one, they started coming out like, who are these crazy people? And then we had a bunch of them come out and they're waving and they were all like masked and face shielded up, but you could tell that they were so just appreciative of like all these people being there. We were trying to social distance, keep our distance, but it was honestly, it was hands down one of like the best things that have come out of this entire experience. No, you don't. No, I don't. What? Oh, no. Oh, that was from before. I don't know you. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. No, thank you. Thank you. Hero in the house. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I heard your team was cheering them on. Yes. Wow, that's awesome. Need to do that. Tyler, yeah. So you know St. Joseph Hospital on where was that? Hempstead Turnpike? Is that Hempstead Turnpike? But it's like a straight view of the entrance. And I have to tell you, it was amazing. And I saw some friends over there tonight and they had sent me a picture and there was a big crowd of the hospital staff out there, you know, in their masks and everything. And you could just tell it meant the world. And it, like, I could even cry right now, which I know isn't hard for me to do, but it was so surreal because you see on the news, you see on social media that all of this is happening. Here in New York, we have some of the highest numbers, or the highest numbers, but you think like, is it really happening in the hospital that's like 7 minutes away from my home? And then you go there and you see a big banner that says COVID-19 symptoms, like for this entrance, and you see the men and women who are actually doing the work. And it's so overwhelmingly emotional to see that and to be part of that. It was amazing. We're going to definitely do it again. Detailed television. Would you mind sharing your first name? If not, that's okay. But I would love to know your name. I mean, Detailed Television is a great channel name, but love to know what to call you. Lisa, thanks, Detailed. Yeah, Television. Naomi's back from Wales. From Wales. We need to FaceTime because I need to hear your voice because I like accents. I need to work on that one. Or maybe I just shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't even try to do an accent. Lisa says it's Hempstead Turnpike off of Oyster Bay. Yes. Okay. Yes. And Henderson. I'm not going to say your name correctly. Is it Henderson? Is that a typo? Nope. Henderson? Oh, can I just tell you, I'm bad, like, unless the name is Mike or Joe. I'm bad with names. I don't mean to be like Naomi, not Naomi's name. I was saying Naomi like 15 different ways until I finally got it right. Tyler says, if you go again, let me know. I'd love to join. Absolutely. I was actually thinking of bringing the kids back tomorrow night, depending on the weather. So 100%. It's awesome. Naomi says, I haven't really got a Welsh accent. Really? Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody is. My phone just like lit up. Oh, it's a tweet from Dax Shepard. Love Dax Shepard. Twitter. I was really not all about Twitter, but I'm like, I am on every other social media platform. Let me just make a Twitter page. And then I follow people like Dax Shepard because I love him. I just think he's a joyous human being. Okay, let me see. He is for my dad, her is for my mom, and son is for me. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so Hearson. Best I can do. I hope I'm getting it right. I love that. Big explanation on my latest video. Well, I'm going to check that out. I will check that out because I love names like that like really mean something. And that's beautiful. Well, we must check it out. Yes, we will check it out. But how have you been doing? Are you working like around the clock and crazy shifts and all of that? I'm so curious. So we're actually working on a video that we put in parts of the clapping for the hospital staff, and then we have an interview with a nurse who was diagnosed with COVID-19, was a patient, was treated, was home, quarantine and all that. And as soon as she was better and cleared, got right back into the hospital to treat people. I mean, I think that's pretty damn amazing. She has all these like grandchildren and kids that she hasn't seen since the beginning of March just because she doesn't want to, contaminate. And she's just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done feeling like absolute ass, and I'm going to get back in there and help people. And that's just like amazing. Ed's attention to detail says, my wife has had you on the big screen and I've listened for about 20 minutes. Good chat. Thought I would say hello. Hello, Ed. Attention to detail. I love that. Who's your wife? Do I know her, or is it like just somebody that found me? I'm always so curious if I know people or not. But thank you, Ed. Now I'm all self-conscious that I'm on the big screen. Like, oh my goodness. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, before tonight, I was going live over on Facebook. I would say almost every night. Some nights I'd be like, I'm not feeling it, whether it was like I was really down about the day or just super tired. Oh, okay. Your wife is Ernie Hatmaker, whose name I absolutely love. I just think that's a freaking awesome name, by the way. But yeah, I would go live on Facebook, and I started going live like, I want to say back in August, because I was really, really struggling with anxiety, like really struggling with anxiety to the point where sometimes it was debilitating. And I decided to kind of start sharing that experience because I felt like the more I shared it, the more people would say, oh, wow, I'm going through that as well. And I kind of shared my journey with that, made a bunch of videos on it. And great friend of mine sat down with me one day and was like, listen, I have experienced mental health issues for years, went to the doctor, spoke to the doctor. I'm on this type of medication that works amazingly for me. And I sort of like, recorded my journey with that because I was always afraid to have a conversation about medication for anxiety, but I'm glad I did because that's really helped me out and it's helped me through all this. But I find that for me, going live and sharing just like nonsense of the day makes me feel so connected with people. And a lot of times it just like makes me laugh. And other people find that it makes them laugh. And especially during this time, it takes people's minds off of like the crazy ass crap that's going on in the world, because it's super easy right now. It is super easy right now for people to lose their way and to fall into depression, anxiety, and despair and all of that. So that's sort of like, cat ears and all that. Like, it's just to come on and have fun with people and just take our minds off of the fact that I feel like we're living in a sci-fi movie. Right? Anyone else? But I hope that you're all well. Like anybody that's on here that I don't know, I know Hearson, I think I'm saying that right, is a nurse out in California. Again, I'm so like even honored that you're here. Truly, because I think the work that you guys are doing is just, it's amazing. And I love that there's new people here. So I hope that whatever's going on in your quarantine bubble and in your life, that you're doing well, and that you're able to find some joy in the day, because I know there are some days that is really hard to do. I'm home. My work has pretty much stopped. I work with kids that have autism, with families that have kids with autism. I've been doing some services, virtually or FaceTime and all that stuff. But I'm home with my kids. I have 2 kids that, aren't in school, obviously. My husband is out there working because he's an essential worker. And it's been a little trying. It's been a little trying. It's been wonderful at times, and other times I'm just like rocking in the corner. Ed says she's a wonderful lady and she did not pay me to say that. Your wife, oh, that's sweet. She is, I don't even know her, but I'm going to agree. I'm going to say your wife is a wonderful lady too. And you're a wonderful guy for saying that. I love that. But how about you guys? How is your quarantine bubbles going? How is everybody doing overall? I know that's a loaded question because I feel like depending on the day or the hour, it's like, like some days I'm like, we're going to seize the moment and we're going to make soap from scratch. And life is amazing. And other days I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. And then I have to just remind myself that thank God everybody in my bubble is healthy, you know? And so really the thing that we're struggling with, oh, my feet fell asleep, is boredom. It's boredom, and it's the unknown and the big question marks that are still all over life right now. But you know, and then I check in and see what the reality is for other people, and I'm like, I'm okay. I get to be home and I get to be safe while other people try to figure all of this out. Ugh. Let me see. Mike says, haha, that's awesome, Ed. I'm sure she is. Yes. It's so true. It truly depends on the day. It does. My girlfriend makes soap from scratch. That's awesome. It's funny. It's funny. I actually know a few people who do, and I'm always like, that's amazing. And they put things in it like dried up flowers and essential oils. I'm like, that's lovely. But if I even attempted that with my children, we'd be calling like poison control, because I could see our son being like, this smells amazing, drinking it. I cannot. But yeah, it's been, I'm sorry, my feet fell asleep. You have to see the setup I have right now. I have the laptop on top of a box of Pampers. Meanwhile, I have children that are 5 and 8. I don't know why we have a size 4 Pampers. I'm trying to like donate them to people who might need them, but I used it right now to prop up my laptop. And I was sitting on my feet and they fell asleep. Detail Television says, FYI, I befriended, subbed to you after seeing your Boogie Bear. Oh, nice. I honestly love your confidence and delivery. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That was such a fun video. That was such a fun video to make. You know, I try to have like a balance on my channel of some fun, lighthearted stuff, and then some like real, like raw emotion. Like, hey, I am struggling at life right now, and let me share it because I feel like other people are too. So I'm glad you saw that one, because that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. Thank you. And Ernie says Pampers is a good laptop booster seat. It really is. It is. Like right now, I'm feeling a little low because I was sitting on my feet, but it brings you right here. It's no one needs expensive equipment when you got the Pampers. You remind me of a good news reporter. Well, thank you. It's funny. I have to say that years ago, I had an internship at our local news station, because for like a blink, like a hot minute, I thought I might want to go into journalism. I was working with kids that have had autism. And in my mind, I was like, I really want to go into journalism. And I want to only tell stories that are good. And I only want to tell stories about people with special needs and how to make the world a better place. And then I got my internship and I realized like, that's not going to happen. There's a lot of like news like that isn't good. And I was not cut out for it, but I met some wonderful people. I met my husband there. And so I find that my YouTube channel actually is a great outlet, because I still get to do what I love for a job. And then on YouTube, I get to have the freedom to basically cover any story or create any video that I want to. And it doesn't have to be about like sad and scary crap. It could be something fun and funny, or something that's just true and genuine to what I'm going through, and connecting to other people. So I drink wine. Not really. I'm drinking wine right now and it's giving me the burps. I'm sorry. Ed says, I try to find things that will keep me busy. Packing up for a future move has kept us busy when we're not trying to put up new and interesting content on the channel. Well, that is exciting. Are you moving far from where you are now? Are you staying local to where you are? But that's exciting. I mean, I hope it's exciting. It depends on the circumstances of the move, but I hope that it's exciting for you guys and like, you know, like a new chapter. I had a friend that just moved last week, and she posted a picture of her closing, and she and her husband were sitting there with masks on and gloves on at the closing. And I'm like, well, it's something you'll always remember, right? But that's so good though, that you have something to keep you busy. You know, I think that whole saying, and I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but when they say like an idle mind is the devil's playground, something like that. It's so true. Like if we don't keep ourselves busy and into something, it is really easy to get inside of our own minds and start to spin out. I've been there. I've totally been there. So that's great that you have something to keep you busy. Lisa says, okay, I guess what? I want to go back to work. I know you want to go back to work. I know it's hard. It's really, and I know, Lisa, that I'm going to sit back on my feet for a minute because I got feeling back. So why not just cut off my circulation again? It's really hard right now to be sort of isolated from the people that make up your normal everyday routine. The coworkers that you like to see, the work that you liked to do, the people that you liked helping. It's really hard, and I think those of us who aren't at work or those of us who aren't seeing our family or friends, we're all going through grieving, even if somebody hasn't passed away in our family or in our circle, we're grieving a life that doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't. And I was talking about on a live last week, I think it was, how I kept getting stuck in this mindset of when is this going to be over? Because I want my life back. And then I was listening to somebody named Rachel Hollis who said, if you keep waiting for this to be over because you want your life back, that's never going to happen, because even when this is over, your life isn't going to be exactly the same. And you need to accept that and embrace it and not be so panicked over that thought, because who knows what wonderful things will come. And I have to be careful. I don't want to like be insensitive to people that are really struggling right now. But when this is over, or we get on the other side of it, maybe we come out better people. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm trying hard, really trying hard not to look back on what life was 4 weeks ago, because then I start to grieve and I become depressed. And when I feel that way, I say to myself, okay, I'm human and I'm allowed to feel that way, but I don't let myself sit in it, because when I let myself sit in a feeling like that, it really spirals. And even though I take medication for anxiety, it gets to a place where like, I don't want to do anything. And I can't be like that, especially with 2 kids and a husband and a dog. Like I can't just like check out on life. I feel it and then I move on. And then I try not to worry too much about things that haven't even happened yet. I was a big queen of like, well, what if? And what if this happens? What if that happens? About things that never even happened yet that I would stress over. So I'm trying really hard to kind of own my crap, own the day that I'm in. Recently, like recently, I was talking, I do a morning live chat with some people. And I was saying that I got really comfortable in being comfortable these past 4 weeks, like wearing pajamas every day and not putting on a stitch of makeup. And at first I was like, well, this is good. I'm detoxing my skin and it's okay to like be comfortable. But what started to happen was I was owning this mindset of, well, I have nowhere to go and no one to see, so who cares? And that's not okay either. And I realized that when I put on, as silly as it sounds, but when I put on mascara and a little bit of lip gloss and I actually put in some effort, I mean, right now, here's my effort. And I jokingly say, like, I'm not talking about putting on jeans. Like, I'm not at a jeans point right now. But if I could put on leggings instead of pajama pants and put on a shirt that doesn't have holes in it and actually like bathe and be a clean human being, it makes me feel better. And it makes me feel like I have something I'm going to do during the day. Because if I sit around and I look like I gave up on life, that's how I feel. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Because otherwise it's super easy to just be like, oh, good Lord, this is terrible. And it is terrible, but I don't know. It's finding the green and the blue in the day. I say that, I got that from somebody else too, that when there's darkness, if you find the green and the blue, it's always there. You just got to look for it and hold on to that. La, la, la. Detail Television says, that's awesome. Well, it's very evident. Crap. See, this is what happens when I read comments too far after. I don't know what it's referring to, but it sounds like a positive comment. So thank you. And Ed says a new chapter for us, starting a homestead from the ground up about 4 years away, 4 hours away from our current location. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. That's great. And I hope that I hope that everything that's going on just in the world doesn't get in the way of that too much. I think that's awesome. New chapters are so exciting. They really are. And especially if you could start one during this, that's even better. It really is, because think about the story you'll get to tell um, when we get on the other side of this. You'll get to say that during it, you started a new chapter, you made a move, and that's great. So good luck. Good luck, guys. And complacency's biggest fear of quarantine. Complacency. Yeah, I know. It really is. A friend of mine had said to me, oh, actually, somebody had mentioned the Boogie Bear video. My friend who was Boogie Bear said to me, I do not want to be comfortable in this world right now. I don't want to be comfortable with it. And I get it. I don't want to be comfortable in thinking like, okay, this is the new world and we just got to like, this is it. But I also realize that I have to find some comfort in saying, but this is what it is right now. It's not going to be like this forever. Even though some days it feels like it's going to be, it's not going to be like this forever. But I have to find some comfort in saying that right now, this is our new norm. Right now, the kids aren't in school and I have to give them some structure. And right now, some days I feel like I could literally just like ram my head through a wall because that's the direction of the day. But that's why it's super important, guys, to find those things that are like your own little outlets. My husband comes home. When he comes home, he showers off the day. He decompresses for a few minutes, and I tell him, I will see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. And I get in my car and I go on my mental health drive. And that's what I do. And I put on the music super loud and I sing, and I can't tell you what that does. It just helps me reset my brain, especially when my friends leave a bottle of my favorite wine on their stoop like they did this evening. So thank you again, Parkers. Mike says that's so true. I just thought about that today. Yep. Urban Logic. Hi, Breizy. God bless. I hope you and your family are staying safe and doing well. Thank you. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well also. Detailed Television says, yep, we are redefining PTSD with COVID right now. 100%. Yes, that is so incredibly true. There are so many people, and Urban Logic, I don't know what your name is, so I'm just going to refer to you as that. We were having fun in the beginning of the live, and I'm still having fun, but I like to check in and see like, how's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? Because I said the other day, this is the first time in my entire life, and I've been around for 41 years, almost 42. This is the first time, even with 9/11, with September 11th, different, because not everybody was truly going through that. I mean, everybody can empathize and sympathize and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. But this is the only thing that I know of where it is affecting everyone differently, of course, because you have people that have lost people and you have people that are sick and you have people that are out of their business and all sorts of things. But this is something that is truly connecting everybody. And I've said this before, but like when I go out to the stores and I see somebody, I feel more connected with them, where I literally want to say to them, how are you? How are you doing? Even if I don't know them, and they'll probably be like, stay 6 feet away, bitch. Like, but I feel more like, I just want to say, how are you? And I hope you're doing well. It is scary. Urban Logic says, hi, Michael, I'm doing decent. Thank God. I would be lying if I said I'm not uncomfortable with the current state of things, but I'm making sure I'm taking care of myself and my wellness. That's so good. It's so good that you're doing that. I have to say, I struggle with that. I'm somebody that goes all in with, I'm going to be on top of my exercise and my nutrition and my mental health. And then all of a sudden, as soon as that starts going well and I'm really consistent, I stop doing it. And I've really been trying to focus on that during these weeks, finding my outlets, knowing when to say, like, I am struggling today, and reaching out to people, texting a friend and saying, like, hey, can you chat for a minute? Or, how are you doing? Anything like that. Because right now, I think people are experiencing such a range and roller coaster of emotions that many people didn't even know they were capable of having. The fear, the anxiety, the depression, and then another day of like feeling grateful and feeling like they're going to seize the day. And it's like, like all over the place. But that's good that you're trying to, take care of yourself and focus on your wellness. Ed says, thank you, Michael. Adds another level of stress, but the challenge is also fun. Yes, I'm sure it does. But yeah, sometimes, a new challenge in life can be fun and exciting, especially, when like you hope something good is coming out of it. Lisa says the days are going faster for me, it seems. That's funny you say that, because there are times when I'm like, is this ever going to end? I feel like we've been in it forever. And then on the flip side, I'm like, wow, my kids have been out of school for 4 weeks. Like that went by like this. It's such a weird, like Twilight Zone feeling. It truly is. Greg, hi, Greg. How are you? Oh, I miss you guys too. How are you doing? It's so good to see your face, your little face, and your name pop up on here. We are just touching base with everybody, seeing how everybody's doing during this crazy time, and just sharing some experiences and feelings. Mike says, of course, UL. I love my husband. He just immediately shortens everybody's channel name. So Urban Logic, yes, Urban Logic is now UL. Just hang in there, bud. Hopefully things will get better. I know your place is still open. Have you been working? I know your place. Do you know him? Do you guys know each other, or did you say that and I just didn't see it? I'm sorry. Hey, cuz, so great to see you. I love this. I love when I see people that I know and haven't seen in a while on here. My mom's, oh, goodness. I'm sorry, Lisa. Your mom's uncle passed away this week. Was it, oh, my feet, this just isn't working out. It's falling asleep. Was it from COVID-19, or was it something unrelated? I'm very sorry to hear that. That's sad. And I know what's really difficult during this time is that people who are passing away, whether it's from COVID-19 or not, now you have families that can't have the services that they may have had otherwise. They can't get together. And I know that must be very difficult. Mike says, yes, I do know. Oh, Urban Logic. Urban Logic. Who are you? What's your name? Do tell. But I'm sorry about that, Lisa. Yeah, we actually we were supposed to have a celebration of life for my stepmom who passed away. She passed away the last day of January, and we were supposed to have a celebration of life for her mid-May because her birthday, Mother's Day, was her favorite time of year, and we had to cancel that because we have a lot of family from out of state that would have flown in. And that really that hit me hard for a little bit, because the vision I had of this celebration of life for her was all about the time of year. She loved May, again, Mother's Day and her birthday and all of that. And then I had to say, you know what, though? It's okay. It's okay, because we'll be able to gather and we'll be able to celebrate her life, and we'll be able to do that when it's safer for everybody. And then I had this moment of like, holy Hannah, like clarity, where I realized that, and I shared this before in another live, that when my stepmom was in the hospital before she passed away, I got to be with her for 2 weeks, like every day. My dad got to be with her. My stepbrother got to get on an airplane from Florida and fly to New York and be with her. I got to have my kids and my husband, and her sisters were up there, and her nieces and nephews. And she was surrounded by people who loved her. And just a month later, that would not have been the case. It would have been a very different last 2 weeks of her life. So I hold on to that. And I said that to my dad, and we really talked about that, because it's one of those things where you take something that really brought us such sadness, But when we were able to look at it through a different lens and realize how grateful, like how amazing the timing of it was, we were able to realize how beautiful that time was with her. So I'm okay with the fact that we have to postpone things and wait for another time to do it, you know. To, 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 to. Urban Logic says, very true, Breezy. I struggle a bit with reconnecting with loved ones after being disconnected for a long time, but I want to push myself. I have this nagging feeling of the worst. Yeah, I know. It's, gotta tell you, it's, and Michael, yes, who's still open. We've been very incredibly busy. I've been working less often than usual. Tell me, what do I now? I need to know. What do you do, Urban Logic? Who's the man behind the Urban Logic name? Tell me, tell me. Lisa says, no, it wasn't something else. So it was COVID-19. Oh, I'm sorry either way. You know, if it was COVID-19 or something else, I don't know if that was a typo or you're saying it was, because somebody passing away is somebody passing away, but somebody passing away during all this, it's just, it's terrible. And I am sorry. And I know you guys live right around the block from us, Lisa. So, you know, excuse me, the wine burps again. I apologize as I take another sip. But yes, I am sorry about that. And there goes my voice. Sometimes I get party girl voice as if I've been out all night partying it up. I have no social life. Like even before quarantine, there was no social life going on. This was my social life either way, but sometimes I lose my voice. So, you know, what are you going to do? But yes, I will say, I'm sorry, my eye itches. My hands are clean. I did wash them. I'm very like, don't touch anything. Something I've been struggling with very much, and I already feel myself getting like I could cry over it, is like many people, I just miss my family. You know, my sister and my nieces and my brother-in-law drove by the other day. We drove by them. My dad came by. My mom lives in North Carolina, so she hasn't been able to come. And then my in-laws on my husband's side, you know, when I see certain people, and we're so aware of the physical distance between us, obviously for good reason, we want to keep everybody safe, but it makes you so aware of how much you appreciate physical contact with people, you know, just getting a hug and, not being able to do that. It's been difficult, you know. And I say I'm very thankful that my two crazy ass kids that drive me crazy, that I have them and that they're here with me, and I have my husband, that I can hug and I can, you know, love on. But I know there's a lot of people that are by themselves, and they're missing that type of connection greatly. So that's why I say to people, you know, especially if you're by yourself, to absolutely reach out, you know, reach out to a friend, to a family member, even if you're somebody that isn't comfortable saying like, hey, I'm struggling. I really encourage you to do that, because this is something that I don't know that anybody's ever experienced, you know, and what that could do. Oh, what that could do to us. Detail Television says wine. Put us up on the screen and let us guess. Wait, let you guess the wine in the mason jar? I'm so classy. This is how I drink my wine. Put it up. Yes, you can guess what it is. Urban Logic says, my name is Brandon. Hello, Brandon. I met Mike a few months ago and we connected instantly. He's a great guy. You're the guy from Chipotle. Holy moly, game changer right now. My husband, okay. I'm sorry. I go from talking about cat ears and wine and my children to depression and COVID-19 and Chipotle. That's just how my lives go. My husband truly eats Chipotle 5 to 6 times a week. I'm not even exaggerating. And he gets like the healthy things and he's obsessed with it. I'm not going to lie. I could eat Chipotle probably 4 times a week and be perfectly happy. Mike comes home one day, months ago, and tells me, oh, I went into Chipotle and met this really great guy. Told him about your YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, dear God, because my husband is like my PR guy. He'll go everywhere and anywhere. And he'll be like, hey, do you have YouTube? Hey, do you have a phone? Can I have your phone? I'm going to pull up YouTube and I'm going to subscribe for you, even though we just met. Well, that was before social distancing, but I'm not kidding. Like he would hit the pavement hard going out there and finding subscribers. So he tells me that he has this guy from Chipotle. And I'm like, so as he's building up your rice bowl, you're telling him to subscribe to Just Breezy? What is wrong with you? But hey, look at this. We've connected. Hi, Brandon. That's amazing. Too light for Chardonnay. Might be a Riesling. Perhaps it's not a Riesling. This is fun. Tyler says, I miss Chipotle so much. I miss it. I know. I can't even tell you. I truly, like I had asked people, and I'm curious now too, because there are new people here. I had asked if there was the one food that you needed to be quarantined with, what would that be? And my answer was Chipotle. And I know that's kind of cheating because that's not one food. That is like a buffet of just amazingness. But I love Chipotle. It's just freaking fantastic. The carnitas, and the corn. I don't know why I need an accent to say any of this, but it's so good. I will tell you though, Brandon, the extra charge on the guac is crap. That's bull crap. So if you can get something done about that, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic because they're always like, it's an extra charge. And I'm like, yes, but that's a little bananas. I'm just saying. Some guy on Long Island says steak, tacos, chips, and guac. Steak tacos. I don't know if I've had this steak. And Ernie says, you're the guy from some Chipotle is usually followed by laughter or shame in my family. I do weird and embarrassing things all the time, or so I'm told. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's usually, I would say I'm the weird and embarrassing one in my family. I mean, yeah, I probably am. So is my mom, though. I don't know if she's here, but my mom is the weird and embarrassing one. 100%. Tyler said, I heard they're doing delivery and it's way too tempting. Yes, they are. So we've done the delivery from them. I'm getting a little weary of delivery and a little nervous. I ordered something. Was it today? I don't know. The days were all blending. And I got it and I'm wiping everything down. And I'm like, is this safe? I don't know. But it's Chipotle. It's just so damn good. Mike says it's still open. Just order from the app. I know my husband has this whole system, orders from the app, drives up to the curb. It's like a drug deal. Not that I know what a drug deal is. I truly don't, but it's just like, anyway, I don't know why I said that. Lisa says, I really hope I see my dad this summer because it's the only time I can, or I see him on the holidays. Lisa, where does dad live, if you don't mind me asking? Is he local? Because I don't know if he's local, but if he is, you could always do the whole drive-by. I know it's not the same. I know it's not the same as like seeing family, spending time with them and hugging them. It's not the same at all. But if he's local, I don't know if you considered kind of doing that whole drive-by thing. Is it Zinfandel? It's not. It's not. But you could keep guessing. Tyler says, I definitely might have to do that. Yes, I know. You know what I love is I love getting the soft tacos with carnitas and beans and rice and cheese and the corn salsa. You know what happens though? Okay. I take my carnitas my Chipotle very seriously. I don't have a palate for anything spicier than like mild salsa. I don't. Like I can't handle it. My body goes into shutdown mode. I have like fluids coming out of my face if I accidentally ingest something that is spicy. It's just like sinuses just like pull out. It's disgusting. There have been a few times where I've gone to Chipotle and I get the same things and I know what I can handle. And somehow like, it could be this big, the hottest, spiciest, I don't know what the hell it is, like fire bean gets into my food and it's just like, I need medical attention. It has happened a handful of times, few times, where I'm like mascara is coming down my eyes as though my husband just broke up with me and I have snot and my ears. It's a mess. So, yeah, sometimes Chipotle does me wrong. And I've gone back up where it truly looks like I'm hysterical crying. And I'm like, I can't eat this. And like, what's my, I don't know, but this is not, nope. And I'm just make it over again because I can't, my body just can't handle it. But it's only happened a few times, but otherwise it's just God's food. I love it. It's amazing. Wait. Oh, wait, there's comments. I gotta keep up. Mindell, nope. Ernie, that's hysterical. Brandon, Brandon. Am I saying it right? Brandon or Brendan? No, it's Brandon. It's truly the best. Big fan. Your mom would definitely say that. Yes, she would. Brandon says, yes, he connected me with your channel and I've been hooked ever since. That's awesome. Thank you. And Michael Sharon Brown, there's my mom. Sharon Brown, I'm not embarrassing. Mom, in the best of ways, you are. You know, you are, Mom, and that's okay. You can own that because I own that. I got that from you. Now I embarrass my children and I understand the joy that you have always received in embarrassing us. Although sometimes I don't know that you even mean to do it. I'm just saying, because there are times where I don't mean to, and there's just stuff that I do where I'm like, good Lord, I can't believe I did that. Yes, another non-spice person. It's terrible. And I don't know, like I mean, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like I can't, my body just rejects it. It's like a total rejection thing that happens. It's a hot mess, a hot mess. Brennan says, if you guys, including the chat, would make your ultimate Chipotle meal right now, what would it be? Okay, let's go. It would probably be the rice, the burrito bowl. So I would start over here and they would say, you know, burrito bowl. And then they put my burrito bowl together and it would be, I'm trying to go in the order of, it would be black beans, brown rice, the sauteed peppers and onions because it's like not spicy peppers. Then it would be carnitas. Then it would be cheese, the corn salsa. We're over here now, and depending on how broke we are, I'm going for the guac. Because honestly, you know, Brendan, dear Lord, Brandon, that brings your charge like $4 over, and that's just bananas. But I love it. It's so damn good. It is just so damn good. And of course, I know you're crazy. I'm crazy on fire, but spicy. I can't. You love spice? Ernie, my girl. I don't know. I can't do it. My stomach probably can't handle it, but it's like it doesn't even hit my stomach. It's just all here. The whole head, just everything's like, like it's not good. Lisa says, I miss getting my coffee in the morning before work. Now we can't. So Lisa, here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Just because I find that it's working for me. The routines that I really miss that once was like 4 weeks ago, and I really miss it. I just had to make new routines for myself. So like my morning coffee, now my routine is I put my dog, Walter, he knows the word coffee now. I'm not even joking. He knows the word coffee now. And I say to him, you want to go get coffee? And I put him in my lap and I we don't do this anymore for windows. We unroll the window and he sticks his head out like a dog does. And we drive down the block to Dairy Barn. And I get my coffee and they, this is mask and glove and we do the whole thing and I wipe down the cup and all of that. But I've created a new routine. And bringing Walter, my dog, with me has made this routine so joyful for me because otherwise my routine was I would get up and it's like, go, 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 go. The kids got to get ready for school. I'm like, last minute throwing together peanut butter sandwiches and gluten-free bread and slicing up crap because I don't do things in the morning. And it was so stress inducing. And then I would run and grab my coffee and run to work. Now, granted, I miss a lot of that. I miss a lot of that routine of that and the normalcy. But right now I'm like, that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And if I keep saying I want it back and I can't have it back right now, that's going to put me in such a negative mindset. So now I'm enjoying having the mornings be a little slower, a little slower. And Walter, knowing the word coffee, and he gets so excited, and we drive down, and sometimes I sit with him in the driveway and I just enjoy my coffee. And I've redefined what that routine looks like. So that would be my suggestion to you is if you have those routines that I know you're missing, how can you take one and just redefine it and restructure it where maybe you can find some joy in that, because otherwise it's going to be more difficult to kind of get through all of this because I know it's difficult already. Stella Rose, nope. Wait, oh, what did I do? Sorry, I'm new to the YouTube live. Where are my comments? Crap, wait. Hold, please. This is so true. She can't do spicy. Okay. Ernie says, I don't like heat for the sake of the burn, but I love heat when it comes with flavor. I mean, that sounds delicious. It does. It sounds amazing. I just wish my body could handle it. Guacamole, anything with guacamole, hold the jalapenos. Yes, I could eat guacamole every day of my life if it wasn't $3 extra. I went to Costco before the world shut down when it was like getting close to it. And you go to Costco or BJ's, like one of those wholesale places, and you can't buy anything in like a 6 or 12 pack. It has to come in like a 42 pack. We have those little single things of guacamole, like 42 of them. We're down to probably like 15 in the fridge. But I got home and I'm like, what the hell did I buy? Like people were stocking up on toilet paper and I'm like, I need guacamole. Like, what is wrong with me? I could have gotten a normal size one at the grocery store, but for some reason, I had to go to BJ's. It was a BJ's and buy like as though I worked at Chipotle and I was supplying the one that you work at. But it's okay. It's delicious. Mike says, no, not at all. Goon. Yes. Some guy I'm sorry, but that spicy story fascinated me on so many levels. What, does that not happen to anybody else? Maybe it's just me. It is so interesting though. I could be eating the same thing as my husband. And if something really tiny slips into my food, I truly I don't know if I'm allergic. I don't know if I'm just allergic and it's like an anaphylactic shock and I need an EpiPen. I don't know what's happening, but Mike could be there, like just shoving it in his mouth. And I'm like, literally, I can't even breathe because it's just like, I'm cracking myself up right now, but it's a mess. My mom says I've perfected the mom guilt. Holy Hannah. Yes, you have, Mom. It's real. It is real. My mom is like mom guilt pro. I'm going to get a shirt for you that says that expert mom guilter, something. I'm going to work on the wording, but 100%. And Lisa, upstate Middleburg. That's where your dad lives. Okay. So yeah, I know. You know what, Lisa, I don't know if you FaceTime or you do anything like that, but maybe even starting to do that with your dad could help because I know I'll FaceTime my mom who lives in North Carolina and that makes me feel closer to her. So, crap, I did it again. How do I just like slowly scroll through? Wait. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Tyler says white rice, pinto beans, chicken, any of the salsas, corn, cheese, guac, and lettuce. Tyler, you're like the exact opposite. I'm brown rice, black beans, carnitas, corn salsa. It has to be the corn, the cheese, the guac. Yes, okay, and I don't do the lettuce. Sounds good, though. That sounds good. Now I'm starving now. And I don't think I'm actually starving, but I'm like, I need to eat. Mike does the salad bowl, chicken, brown rice, veggies, corn, medium sauce, guac, and corn. He said corn twice there, big guy. Tyler says, and I get the chips and dip them in the salad dressing that they have, which I love. Really? I've never had their salad dressing. Interesting. So annoying. My kids get the freaking clementine. Like, who gets the clementine? Clementine? Am I saying that right? The baby orange? And then like, Mom, can you? I'm like, just stick your finger and rip the thing off. So I'm like, and then I get the orange stuff on it, whatever. So not an issue, but for some reason that really just annoyed me. Ed says you need to see her video eating peppers from the Devil's Garden. What? I have to check that out now. Oh, I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah, I would need like an ambulance to come and help me because that just sounds painful. All of these sound delicious. Brandon, I'm thinking you need to hook us up, take some addresses, get some orders going. Do you eat Chipotle all the time, or are you just so sick of it because you work there? Because I could see that happening too, although it's just so good. Mike says, yes, Ed, she has to do that live. Yes, she does. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Ed says, now that might be fun to watch, Mike, but then I would feel so bad for her. The guilt would kill me. Wait a minute. Are you talking about guacamole? Wait. Are you talking about me eating something spicy? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, no, that would just be, we would need to have a medic on hand. Well, Tyler is going to be graduating as a nurse very soon. So Tyler, I think you're qualified. We are going to have Chipotle together and I will just up the level of spice and you need to be there to help me because I'm going to need medical attention. Where are we? Now that might be fun to watch. Brendan is heading out. I had a great time with this live. Yay! Stay safe, everybody. Breizy, keep killing it with your videos. Thank you, Mike. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good evening. Mike says, take care, Brandon. You are the best, buddy. Have a great rest of your week and hang in there. Ernie is just cracking up. And Mike says, that is true, Ed. I feel guilty, but it... wait. I lost it. Damn. Oh, these. Oh, why are my comments? Okay, definitely. Wait, 3 steak tacos with lettuce, cheese, sour cream. Sour cream? You lost me on the sour cream. Then a bag of chips and guac, followed by that's it being asked 10 times. Yes, that's it. Yep. Does your child talk like a Oompa Loompa? Does my child talk like an Oompa Loompa? Why did I say something with? Yes, yes, they do. Frankie does. He has that type of voice. He's like, Mom. Tyler says, have you ever heard of the show Hot Ones on YouTube? No, I haven't. Is it something I need to check out? It sounds like I do. Oh, I'm probably going to need to check that out. Is it people trying to eat things and then having reactions to them? Because I honestly, like, even for views, I don't know if I can do that. Naomi's back. Naomi's like, you're still alive? Is it even the same day? Naomi's back. How are you? Nay is back again. You're the best. She's like, I'm going to go take a nap. She's going to still be talking. I'll come back because she doesn't shut up. I think the wine is getting to me. But listen, guys, I could honestly stay on here for like another hour and talking to everybody. But I just realized it's almost 10 o'clock. So I'm going to wrap up. Wait a minute. Tyler says it's this guy who interviews celebrities. And while they do the interview, they eat 10 wings and they progressively get hotter as the show goes on. Yeah, no, I can't like hot wings, buffalo wings, whatever the heck they're called. I can't even buffalo pizza, buffalo chicken pizza. Nope. Like sends me over the edge. Like I can't handle any of it. Hot Ones is great. I got to check it out. I'm shocked that you're still on. I know. I had a really good group here. We were talking about basically everything. Really fun group. Hot Ones, we'll have to check it out. We will. But yes, I'm actually going to go because I truly could talk to all of y'all forever. But this was great. Guys, thank you so, so much. I was a little nervous, I have to tell you, to come on live on YouTube because, you know, people troll and they say really not nice things. But you guys have been awesome. I appreciate it. So I think I'm going to be going on live on YouTube rather than Facebook for now. So I would love to see y'all here. This is great. This was so entertaining. Yay. Thanks for joining. And Ed, great live. Catch y'all soon. Tell me about it. All right, guys. Wait, did I miss it? Okay, good. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. I'm so glad that we got to laugh and chat and get to know each other some more. So I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. And I'm probably gonna get Chipotle because of this. So all right, guys, have a good one. Love ya.